Hello my dear class 6 students, hope you all are well. Today we will going to discuss about the chapter 8 minerals, and this is the part 1 where we will cover what is mineral, what are the different characteristics of it, what are the uses of different minerals. With that we will also discuss the distribution and uses of some of the minerals. I am Ishita Raj and I am going to teach you about this chapter. Okay students, let's start this chapter. At first, we will learn about some terminology like what are ore, what are minerals, and what are the rocks. These three terms are quite similar but not the same. We will study what are these three. At first, we have ore, naturally occurring material which has a large concentration of a particular mineral is called the ore. What is a mineral? A homogeneous, naturally occurring substance with a definable internal structure is called the mineral. And rocks are the combination, or you can say these are the aggregation of minerals. Some rocks are monomineralic and most of them are consist of several minerals. So these three terms. So what is ore and what is mineral? Like ores are some naturally occurring substances that are mainly occurred, or you can say formed naturally by any natural processes, and in the ore there is a much concentration, there is a large amount of, or you can say there is a large concentration of mineral that are found or that can be extracted from the ore. So a particular ore, or you can say from a particular ore a particular mineral can be extracted. So each of these mineral have their own individual ores, and the mineral is also a homogeneous naturally occurring substances. What does homogeneous means? Homogeneous means each of that particle of the mineral would have the same physical and chemical properties, and they have their definable internal structure. So these are the minerals, and rocks are those, they are mainly comprised of some minerals. Some rocks are monomineralic. Monomineralic means they are comprised of only one mineral, and most of them, or you can say rest of them, are consist of several minerals. That means if you have a granite, then it is composed of some feldspar is there, some silica is there. Okay, so there are so many rocks, like mica is there. So rocks are the aggregation, or you can say the combination of some minerals. Some rocks are also consist of only one mineral, and some of them or rest of them are consist of so many minerals. So we have covered this is ore, this is mineral, and this is rocks. Those three are quite similar term. So the ore and mineral, the basic difference is that from the ore the mineral can be extracted. So you can say most of the mineral, or you can say all the minerals that are mainly extracted from the ore, but all the ores are not the mineral. Some parts of mineral or a large concentration of mineral that is found in the ore. So this is ore, mineral, and rock. What are the characteristics of mineral? The minerals are exhaustible in nature. That means exhaustible means after so many times of uses of a particular mineral it will be exhausted, right? The minerals are unevenly distributed on the earth. So if you have a place A and if you have a place B, so if place A is a good, there is a good concentration, or you can say there is a sufficient concentration of the mineral of coal, and in place B there is a sufficient concentration of petroleum. So this place is sufficient in coal and this place is sufficient in petroleum. So the minerals are unevenly distributed on earth, they are not evenly distributed. Even with that, no country is self-sufficient in all the minerals. That means this country is self-sufficient maybe in coal but not in petroleum. There is a deficit in petroleum, and here the coal is there is a deficit in coal but a good concentration in petroleum. Okay, So no country can be self sufficient in all the minerals. So if the country A, they have a good concentration in coal and they are lack in the other minerals. Okay, most of the minerals are found in raw form having some impurities. So the from the ore, when the minerals are extracted, the impurities that are washed away, after that the minerals are extracted. Most of the minerals are found in the raw form. They are unevenly distributed, they are inexhaustible in nature. The formation of minerals was done in different environmental condition. What does it mean? Difference, or you can say there are so many minerals. So different minerals that are actually formed, or the formation of different mineral that was actually done in the different climatic condition, different environmental condition. That is why each of them, or you can say each of the mineral have their own physical and chemical properties, and they are unique from the others, they are different from the others in terms of their colors, their hardness, luster of a particular minerals that are different from the others. So these are the characteristics of the minerals. Like if the mineral A that was formed in a environmental condition which are different from the mineral B, so their properties like color, hardness, luster, compactness, everything in any kind of, you can say, physical or chemical properties that are different from the other. So these are the characteristics of minerals. Next we have the uses of minerals. What are the different uses of minerals? Like, have some look, students. Uses of minerals, like there are so many uses of a mineral. Almost all the things we use, from a safety pin to a large concrete, are made from minerals. A tiny safety pin is also made of some minerals. A large concrete, a large ship, all large, you can say the large building, all these formation are also formed of some minerals. So they are have a great uses, they have a great uses, wide uses. We will discuss it. What are the different uses? Like minerals of daily use, like when we wake up from the bed, what we need, students? At first we need the toothpaste, right? So the toothpaste also contains some silica, so there is also need of some minerals, right? They are basis of all economic activity. From the morning up to the night, all the, you can say, all the things that we use, they also contain some minerals. Buses, railway line, trains, aeroplanes, all are also made from different kinds of minerals. Our body also need minerals. Even the food we eat that contains minerals, it is only 0.3% of the total intake of nutrients, but they are so crucial that without them we would not be able to utilize the other 99.7% of foodstuff. So this is the points how our body needs the minerals. Like it contains only 0.3%, so such a tiny percent, you can say such a small amount that is needed, but if we don't intake it, then the remaining of 99.7%, that would be totally not usable. So these are the uses of minerals. That is why we can say the minerals are the indispensable part of our lives. What does indispensable mean, students? Indispensable means the inseparable. Like if you have the body parts that cannot be separated from your body, in the same way the minerals cannot be separated from our daily life. That is why they are called as the indispensable part of our lives. So all of these are the uses of the minerals. Okay students, these are the uses of the minerals, and how you can say the minerals are the indispensable part of our lives. Okay. Next we will discuss about mining and the types of mining. What are mining? We have already learned about minerals. What is minerals? Now mining is the process of extracting the minerals. Minerals are mainly found or they are mainly formed in the earth surface. Now there are so many processes. There are several processes of extracting the minerals. So this is called as the mining activities. So here we discuss about the different types of mining activity that are mainly done. First one we have the open cast mining. Second we have the quarrying. Next we have the underground mining with shaft. And last one is the rat hole mining. So these are the mining techniques. First we have the open cast mining. What does it mean? Open cast mining is mainly done by digging a large pit, or you can say a large hole. Some minerals like the iron ore mainly extracted by this process. So have some look student in this picture, like a large pit or a large hole is mainly they dig some large pit or large hole, and all the minerals that are found here, they are mainly extracted. One thing you have to remember, when minerals are mainly found in a short depth, or you can say there is the depth of the mineral is not so much high, then they are mainly done in this process. Next one is the quarrying. This is also extracted from the surface, and some examples are limestone. You may have some looks like the in riverside sand quarrying is also there. If you look at the riverside, you will have some look about the quarrying activities. Next we have the underground mining with the shaft. What does it mean? When the minerals are mainly found in a very great depth, like they are in a very great depth, that is why there is some need to make some tunnel. So a long or a narrow tunnel is mainly, there is the formation of long and narrow tunnel, and by that the mining is mainly done. That is why it is called as the underground mining. Another two, that is the open cast and the quarrying, that were mainly, you can say, surface mining, and this is the underground mining when they are formed in a very great depth, like the coal is mainly extracted by these processes. Last one is the rat hole mining. This is, you can say, mainly done in the Meghalaya and the northeastern states of India. Mainly done in Meghalaya. Any kind of mining, as you have some look students, as a tiny hole is mainly dig and a man is just going through the tunnel. Though it is very dangerous, and that is why it is also an illegal process, more or less banned, still they are going on in the northeastern states of India. Like a small, or you can say with the tiny hole, the small rats are just going through. In the same way, the man is going through the tunnel and extracting the minerals that are found from that. So these are the different types of mining that are mainly done. What are the types of minerals? Different types of mineral. How we can classify the minerals? At first, they are mainly divided into two halves. Like one is the, you can say, the organic minerals, and another one is the inorganic minerals. Okay, so here we can also divide it like the organic, this is the organic minerals, and in this part you have the inorganic minerals. Okay, inorganic, and this one is the organic. Like inorganic are also divided into two. One is metallic and another one is the non-metallic. Metallic minerals are further divided into the ferrous mineral and the non-ferrous mineral. Ferrous minerals means there is some good concentration of ferrous. Ferrous means the iron. Fe is called as the ferrous. So there is a good concentration of the ferrous minerals like the iron, nickel, manganese. These are the ferrous minerals. Another one is the non-ferrous minerals. There is no such concentration of iron, that is why no concentration of ferrous, that is why they are called as the non-ferrous minerals. Some examples are gold, copper, lead, tin. These are the non-ferrous minerals. Now next we have the non-metallic. So these are the metallic. Ferrous and non-ferrous, both of these two are the metallic. Next we have the non-metallic minerals like the potash, limestone, gypsum, mica. These are the non-metallic. Non-metallic means they are not hard like the metallic. Metallic are also hard. They have a good luster. They are shiny, bright. There is a good concentration of metal also, but here no concentration of such metal. They are not hard. They don't have such luster. Okay, they are called as the non-metallic mineral. If you have the question like the differentiate between the metallic and the non-metallic minerals, then you have to give those properties like they are hard, they are have good luster. Here they are not hard, they don't have good luster. Even with that, metallic minerals are mainly found in the hard, igneous and metamorphic rock, and the non-metallic minerals are mainly found more or less in sedimentary rocks. So these are the basic differences between these two. Last one is the mineral fuels. This is a type of organic minerals. Why it is organic? Because they are mainly formed from the living organism. Okay, that is why they are a subtype of organic minerals. Mineral fuels, what does it mean? Mineral fuels means by burning of which we have some energy. That is why they are also called as the energy fuels. Like the all type of conventional energy resources, you can say the main source of energy that are mainly found from the mineral fuels. Some examples are coal, petroleum, natural gas. These are the example of the mineral fuels. So this is the types of different minerals. Next we have the minerals with their uses and distribution. We will discuss about different types of minerals with their uses and distribution. At first we have the iron ore. We will discuss about how many types of iron ore are there. There are mainly 4 types like the magnetite, hematite, limonite and the siderite. So these 4 are the basic types of the iron ore. Magnetite have a good concentration of the iron ore. They are rich in iron content like more than 70%. They are the, you can say the good amount of iron content is there, that is why they are in black color. This is the best quality of iron ore is the magnetite, you have to remember. Even with that, hematite is also economical because they also have some good concentration of iron like almost 60 to 70% of iron content is there. They are formed as a reddish in color. Limonite are yellow or light brown. Their iron content is 40 to 60%. Siderite are the very inferior quality. They are very low grade, or you can say the poor quality, because they don't have much iron content. Only less than 40% of iron content is there. That is why they are poor in quality. So these are the types of iron ore that are mainly found. In India, we will have a good concentration of the hematite iron ore. We will discuss about the distribution of iron ore, where it is found. We will also cover where it is found in the worldwide, even with that in India where it is found. This is the picture of a good magnetite that are mainly black in color and have a good iron content like more than 70%. Now the distribution. 90% of the world's total reserves of iron ore that are mainly found in North America. Other countries are Russia, Ukraine, Canada, France, West Germany and China. In India, where the iron ore are mainly found, the leading producer of iron ore in India are the Jharkhand, Orissa, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. These are the leading producer of iron ore in India. And North America, 90% of the world total reserves are mainly found. This is a picture of the magnetite iron ore. Now, what are the different uses of iron ore? So, we will also cover where it is found and where the ore are mainly used, in which form. Like iron ore have a great uses. They are widely used in making steel industry or in making the iron and steel. That is why they are widely used in the steel industry, making various machines like the transport equipments, like the agricultural machines, agricultural equipments, development of infrastructures and building construction. So they can be called as the key factor of the economic development. If you will have a question like why the iron ore are the key factor of the economic developments, then you will have to write their different uses in our daily life, in our, you can say, the development of the nation, how they helps, like in steel industry to make the iron and steel, various transport equipments that can be also made from the iron, agricultural equipments, building materials, infrastructural facilities, that all are mainly formed or that can be used the iron ore. That is why iron ore is the key factor of the economic development. Now the process of extracting the iron ore, how they are mainly formed. Iron ore is extracted by smelting iron ore. Like how iron ore is extracted from the, how iron is extracted from the ore. Like from a ore, I have already discussed a mineral that is found in the ore, and from this is ore, so from that ore the mineral is extracted. This is mineral, so the from that ore, like this is the iron ore, the iron is extracted. So the process is the smelting. What is smelting? This is a combination of heating and melting, right? Like there is some heating and there is some melting. This is the process of extracting a metal from its ore by the heating and melting. This is the smelting. We will cover the iron ore. Next we will discuss about the uranium. It is a radioactive mineral and it is a very heavy metal. Mainly they are used in the generation of power in the nuclear reactors. So the nuclear power that are mainly generated from the uranium. It is a very heavy metal, even with that the radioactive. That is why they are act as a power generator in nuclear reactors. In world, Kazakhstan, Canada, Australia, from that countries they are found, and in India, Jadukuda mine in Singhbhum in Jharkhand is the best mine, the well-known mine for the uranium. Next is the bauxite. Bauxite that are mainly found in Australia, Jamaica, United States, Brazil, India, Hungary. So these are the countries. Even with that, India has a good rank, like it has the 5th largest reserve in the world. This is the India's rank, you have to remember, is the 5th largest in the world. So in India, where it is found? It is found from the Jharkhand, Orissa, Chhattisgarh, Goa, Karnataka. Bauxite has a good uses, very wide uses, like bauxite is the ore of the aluminium. You will have to remember, student, bauxite is also a ore, and from bauxite aluminium metal is mainly extracted. So it has a good aluminium rich ore, that is why mainly used in the aluminium industry. And how aluminium is used? You can say in making utensils, in automobile industry. Even with that, this is the main constituent of the aeroplane making industry, the electrical industry. So they have a wide uses in that. You have to remember, student, what are the different uses and what are the countries and in India where they are mainly found. So the main constituent of the aeroplane making industry is the bauxite, and from the bauxite which metal is mainly extracted? It is the aluminium. Okay students. Next one we have the manganese. In world, Russia is the leading producer. South Africa, Australia, Brazil, India, China, Mexico, these are the countries, but Russia leads in production of manganese. In India, manganese are mainly found from Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Chhattisgarh. So these are the states that are leading producer of the manganese. This is the picture of a manganese ore. They have a black color. More or less they have a black tint in them. That is why in the paint industry manganese is widely used, because they have a black tint in them. So what are the basic uses? They are widely used in the making of iron and steel. So the main uses of the manganese are in making iron and steel. About 6 kgs of manganese is needed in the manufacturing of 1 ton of steel. So how, if you have to manufacture 1 ton of steel, then there is some need of almost 6 kgs of manganese. So they have a good uses. You can see they have a widely used in various industries. Even with that, more others uses of manganese are, they are also used to make the bleaching powder, paints, insecticides. So these are the also uses of manganese in bleaching powder, paints, insecticides. Even with that, China clay is also produced from the manganese. And which country leads in producing the manganese? It would be the Russia. You have to remember. These are the uses of manganese. Another metal, or you can say we will have to read about, is the copper. It is a good conductor of heat and electricity. Another thing, students, copper was the first metal that was first invented by the human being. It was the early metal, or you can say by the early human being, the copper was first invented metal. It is a very good conductor of heat and electricity. They are used in the making of electric cables, in various types of electrical equipments, to make utensils. Various ornaments are also used, or various ornaments that are used also made from the copper. So it is a good conductor of heat also. That is why widely used in the electrical industry or the electrical cables. Even with that, they have a good value to make utensils and ornaments. Various alloys that are also made from the copper. So what does alloy mean, students? Alloy means they are the mixed metal, like more than one metal that will make a alloy. They can be 2 metal, or there can be 3 metal or more than that, but more than one metal that will make the alloys. So many alloys that are also found, or that are also formed from the copper, like copper with zinc, they made some brass. Bronze is also made copper with the tin. There are another alloys like the duralumin. What is duralumin? With the copper and aluminium, mixing with copper and aluminium, duralumin is formed, and that is more durable. That is why they are called as the duralumin. Next is the steel by iron and nickel. So these are the alloys that are also made from the copper. Now the distribution, they are mainly found in United States, Canada, Chile, Russia, Zambia, Poland. And in India, they are mainly found from Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Jharkhand, Andhra Pradesh. Like in Rajasthan, Khetri mines is very much famous. At first, Jharkhand was the leading producer, but now Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Jharkhand, these all have a good production in copper. This is the picture of the copper ore. We will also reach to the end, where we will discuss about some precious metal. These are also metallic minerals that we have classified the minerals in the metallic, non-metallic. So these all are some metallic minerals, but we will now reach at the precious mineral like the gold, copper, silver. So one of the most precious minerals is the gold. What are the uses? That I don't have to tell you, students, because you already know. The main uses of the gold is to make the ornaments, and that is very much precious. In South Africa is the leading producer of the gold, South Africa. Another countries that also produce gold are the Canada, Japan, Philippines, Australia, Ghana. In India, Kolar gold fields in Karnataka are very much famous, but it has a great depth. That is why now it is almost banned to extract the gold from that Kolar gold fields or the Kolar gold mines, also called as the KGM Kolar gold mines. Why it is banned? Because the depth of that gold is found is very much high. That is why the extracting of that mineral is quite not economically viable. That is why almost they are banned, but it is found from the Kolar gold fields. This is the picture of the gold ore. Last one of the mineral we will discuss it today is the silver. It is also a precious metal. They are mainly used in the photographic industry, jewelry, dentistry, making of luxury items. Dentistry means in the, you can say, the dental uses is there. Making of luxury items, various luxury items that are also formed or that are also made from the silver. This is the silver ore. Have some look, students, how the good luster it has, because I have already discussed the metallic minerals they are also hard. Even with that, they have a good luster, or you can say the shine. They are mainly found in Mexico, Canada, Peru and the United States. In India, in Rajasthan, there is the silver mines is the Zawar mines, mainly found from the Zawar mines in Rajasthan. So this is the distribution of silver and these are the uses of it. Like it is a precious metal and they are also used in jewelry, photographic industry, dentistry, making of various luxury items. So we will cover the different minerals and their uses with the distribution. Okay students, we will end this class today and also discuss the remaining portion in the next day. Okay students, thank you.